Today's recipe: 3-in-1 salad, vegetable sauce, and meat marinade. Take 1 lemon, firmly roll it on a countertop. That should make it soft enough to where pretty much anyone is going to have the hand strength to squeeze it out. Squeeze that into a medium mixing bowl after you cut it in half. Then remove the seeds. Now, this is going to bring me to my other measurements here. As far as measurements go, I really don't measure things. What I do is I do what looks good and then adjust flavorings to taste accordingly. I think you should try to do the same. When it comes to baking, it is important to be precise, but when it comes to everyday cooking, it's really nice to be able to cook with what you have on hand and adjust your ingredients and spices accordingly. Now, to the bowl. With the lemon juice, add ketchup, mustard, whole grain mustard seed, toasted sesame oil, gravy master, and balsamic vinegar. Start off in small amounts with the balsamic vinegar, and you can adjust it in the end after everything's all mixed together, because the taste on that, if you're not used to using it, can be a little overpowering and it can throw off your sweetness with your vinegar. So careful with that one. And then in goes olive oil. I use olive oil. You can use pretty much any kind of oil you want. I just wouldn't use the cheapest out there. And as far as the oil level goes, what I do is about 1/3 the total volume of what's in the bowl right now. That's how much oil you add, or I add. You know, figure out what you like to do. Next goes in finely minced garlic. If this is going to be a salad dressing, I recommend starting off with 1, maybe 2 cloves of garlic. That's because this is going to be raw, everything. It's not going to be cooked. If you're going to cook it as a vegetable sauce or meat marinade, you can try immediately with 6 or 8 garlic cloves, or you can figure that out on your own. But if it's all raw, too much garlic is going to easily overpower. After garlic, next add fresh ginger, finely minced, and some habanero peppers. I'm what some people might consider a bit of a pepperhead. I love my food hot and spicy, but if habaneros are too much for you, leave them out. Oh, but a side note about habanero peppers. They are one of the most amazingly flavorful peppers. Yes, Chloe, you agree. Most amazingly flavorful peppers out there. If you can get past the heat when you eat them raw, they've got an amazing tropical, like, citrus flavor to them. So you might want to work on that. It's very good. Dry spices. Freshly coarse ground black pepper. Hungarian hot paprika, smoked paprika, crushed red pepper, turmeric, allspice, a tablespoon at most, of dark brown sugar. As far as the brown sugar goes, if this is going to be an uncooked salad dressing, you might want to swap that out for honey instead. The brown sugar might not completely dissolve. Next, you want to add in some stevia packets. This is going to help enhance the flavor of the sugar without making it overly sweet, and it's also going to balance out the flavor of the vinegar. You probably want to start off somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 stevia packets at first, and again, this is something at the end you can adjust in final flavors. Mix all together with a fork or a whisk, then you can taste and adjust your flavors accordingly. Now, this can be made 2 days in advance or more, if you want. I wouldn't go much more than that, but be prepared. It probably is going to separate somewhat in the refrigerator. If you're going to make it in advance, of course, I do recommend refrigerating this. And now, if you're using this for meat that goes in the oven, when you pull your meat out, as long as you're not going to be mixing it together with other vegetables, you save all the juices and the fat and the collection of this marinade. Let it cool down, put it in a freezer bag, store it in a freezer for later. You can use it for many things. One of my favorite things that this can go in is either pasta or brown rice. And it's just not plain pasta or brown rice. There's other things I add to it, and I'll go over that in a later video.